Hello there, and thanks for joining us. I'm Mia Gradney. Our top story this evening: China is now vowing retaliation against the United States after being ordered to close its Houston consulate. Not long after the order was issued, people living near the consulate in Montreux said someone burned documents in an outdoor courtyard at the consulate late last night. Marcelina Benito has more on this major story and its impact on U.S.-China relations.
Mia, Houston has become ground zero for escalating tensions between the U.S. and China. Today, the consulate behind me appeared to be open for business as usual, but the U.S. government has given China 72 hours to get out.
Neighbors in nearby high-rises captured images of fire, smoke billowing from the courtyard inside the Chinese consulate in Houston. HFD responded to the scene last night.
When attempting to make entry, they were denied access to the facility.
The consulate considered sovereign Chinese territory. Chinese officials reportedly were burning documents after the U.S. ordered the closure of the consulate in 72 hours.
We are setting out clear expectations for how the Chinese Communist Party is going to behave. And when they don't, we're going to take actions that protect the American people.
The move comes days after prosecutors announced charges against 2 Chinese hackers accused of targeting U.S. companies, agencies, and organizations, including information related to COVID-19 research. Despite growing tensions between China and the U.S. and allegations of spying, Chinese Americans in Houston caught off guard by the decision.
But we never thought that it would come to the closing of the consulate in Houston.
They worry it could lead to further discrimination against the Asian community.
This is just going to add to a growing list of issues between China and the United States, and could harm our community because of concerns that people would have that can Chinese be trusted? What are the Chinese doing in Houston?
In Beijing, China already vowing retaliation. State Representative Jean Wu fears Texas could pay the price economically. China is Houston's 3rd largest trading partner.
In retaliation, China may basically stop all the investments and tell companies to pull out of here.
Moving trucks were parked outside the consulate today. The U.S. says the consulate needs to be shut down and diplomats need to return home by Friday. City officials still working to learn more about why the consulate in Houston was specifically targeted to close.
And it's my hope that whatever the conflict may be, that will be resolved, but that is way above my pay grade.
It's still unclear what exactly prompted this decision by the U.S. government, but we're told Secretary of State Mike Pompeo will be making remarks on China tomorrow in California. Mia, back to you.
The world will be watching to hear what he has to say. Thanks so much, Marcelino. And we're getting a lot of questions asking what exactly is a consul and what are their duties. A consul is a representative of the government of one state in the territory of another. Their job is to assist and protect the citizens of the consul's own country and to promote trade and friendship between the 2 countries. General Tai Wei is the consul here in Houston. The Chinese consulate general in Houston covered a jurisdiction of 8 states and Puerto Rico. This is a rapidly developing story, and we are staying on top of it. For updates when we aren't on air, just head on over to khou.com.